So the timon was free, and
Right.
I was under sail.
Right.
I tried to take the timon, and I feel a very big bunch. No problem.
Yep.
I could not handle it.
Yeah.
Because it was too strong.
All right. Well, this says hamburguesas Americano. So I take it these are American hamburgers. Mas grande, bigger. Mas tierna. Don't know what that means. Mas jugosa. I think that means juicier. And vacuno. That's cow. At first, I inadvertently bought pork burgers. That was hamburgers de cuerdo. So I learned that was pork. So anyway, let's see if these burgers hold up the Yank standards here. We got one grilling. So I'll let you know how that turns out. All right. So it looks promising. Those are pretty thick. It was €4 for 2 of them, so that's €2 a piece, which is about $2.50 in US. So that's about right. I mean, a pack of a dozen Bubba burgers goes for, I think, $14, something like that. So roughly the same price. So we got onions. Let's put a little ketchup on here. All right, drum roll, please. Pretty good. So, being in a country where you can't speak the language, or speak it very well, does present its challenges. So these look like apples, manzanas. Very golden. So I'm thinking these are golden apples. Let's see what Google has to say here. Survey says manzana apple. So I'm on my way over to give my neighbor Denis a hand climbing the mast today. Good morning, Denis. You ready to go up the mast? Yes. All right. So in the course of our conversation, I found out that he was one of the boats that got quote-unquote attacked by these orca whales on the northwest coast of Spain.
I told you.
No.
I didn't tell you.
No.
Arriving to La Coruña from Brittany.
Right.
10 miles from La Coruña, north of La Coruña.
Right.
They came around my boat.
Yep.
Huge.
Right.
And they attacked the rudder.
That's what I had read.
Yes. So the automatic pilot, which is outside here,
Right.
jump out. Oof.
Right.
So the timon was free, and
Right.
I was under sail.
Right.
I tried to take the timon, and I feel a very big bunch. No problem.
Yep.
I could not handle it.
Yep.
Because it was too strong. So I let the timon free.
Yep.
I put down the sails.
Yep.
So the boat didn't move anymore.
Right, was drifting. Yeah.
Was drifting.
Right.
And they stay a little bit. They push 2 times again, but it was free, and they go.
Right.
And at this
so
time,
basically just play dead if that
I was
happens.
the only boat with no damage. I had no damage.
Good.
When I came to La Coruña, the scientists came to interview me.
Right.
They dive with gas to see
Yep.
the hull, if there is nothing. And I was the only one. Because the other one was following running
Right.
under sail. They
Right.
didn't stop the boat. And the automatic pilot was still on the rudder.
Right.
So that the reason, as there are resistance, they punch it, and with
Right.
the speed, like dolphin, they want to
Yeah, they
follow.
want to swim along.
And they all have been with damage on the rudder.
Yeah.
All of them,
Right.
because they didn't stop. They were following.
Right.
And this yesterday, the guy, it's an English guy. He was interviewed
Yep.
by the Guardian, I think.
Yep.
And he said, I immediately stopped the boat, put the down sail, and no
It's
damage.
basically like playing dead with a bear.
Yes.
It is
For
just
sure.
hove
And
to and
if
just
there is
stop.
no resistance, and if the boat is stopped,
Right.
there is no more interest for them.
Huh.
It's what I said since the beginning to the scientists. Say to the other boat, stop the boat, let the rudder free.
Right.
But the other boat didn't do that.
Right. They kept sailing, and the
Yes.
orcas kept hitting them.
Yes. So what you have to do if it's happened, stop the boat,
Right, just heave to.
put the sail down, and leave the rudder free.
Right.
No resistance. I think.
Right.
And I was right in my analysis.
Huh. So at least I have a strategy now in case I encounter these whales, which is just stop the boat and let the rudder, leave the rudder to swing freely. And it sounds like in that case, these whales will just quickly lose interest and swim away.
I just check here.
All right. Well, it's Monday, the 28th of September. And everyone has sailed out of the anchorage but me by now. And it is a decent weather window if you're going south. So, it's up to the Jim on the foredeck to work out with the anchor windlass. Anchor's away. Now she's falling off onto starboard tack and gradually picking up speed. The wind here is very light, so we're going to need to give her the staysail to give her some power, get her moving here. Say, who needs a health club membership when you got a gaff rig sailboat to tend to? So she's got some way on her, enough, I think, to get her around onto the other tack. So we need to tack clear of all these boats. She slowly but obediently answers her helm and comes around onto port tack. Now she's beginning to gather some way. And we are off. However, now as we're beginning to work our way toward open water, we're starting to punch into the ocean swells, which is really slowing her down. So let's go forward and give her the Yankee there. That'll give her significantly more power to help punch through these swells. Hull forms like the Cullen Archer that have fairly full bows, fairly bluff bows, have a difficult time when there's a swell ahead. Every time she comes down on one of these swells, it really slows her down. But we got plenty of power on her, so she's moving good. Now we're almost made our way out of Bayona here. We're getting into the ocean swell, and you can see those rocks just gnashing their teeth. That always puts fear in the sailor's heart, especially when they're downwind of you, to lee of you. That's a lee shore. So, but we have wind here. We got enough to keep us moving along, even though we're getting into the swell. So we just have to get around this cardinal buoy up here. Then we can begin to bear away. But I want to get these rocks out from under my lee first. Well, once offshore, we get into much stronger winds. On the stern, granted, but nonetheless, they put me through several sail reduction drills. I got the main reef, the staysail reefed, and the Yankee I've completely unhanked and stripped off altogether. And so begins the not always welcome adjustment process to life at sea, to an ocean passage done under sail. It is Wednesday, the 30th of September, 2020, and we are at 38 degrees, 33 minutes north, 11 degrees, 45 minutes west, or about 100 miles west of Lisbon, Portugal. We had a pretty rough start to this trip, I must say, once we got offshore there. Our first night out, we had winds up in 20, 25 knots or so, big sloppy swells. It was quite uncomfortable. And yesterday moderated some, but still it was pretty rough sledding. So overnight these winds have gradually diminished, and now it's kind of up and down. We sort of have between about, mostly about 10 to 16 knots. So much more comfortable sailing. We're still rolling a bit, but generally the ride has gotten a lot better here. So I was able to take a bath this morning. But we do have this cloud cover, which is kind of inhibiting my electrical generation. And I can see we got some showers around too. I think that's why these winds are, right now this wind is gusting in. I think we have a little shower convection activity around. So it is starting to definitely get warmer. I've ditched the heavy shirt. I'm just back to a t-shirt now. And the water has gone from green to deep blue now. We're in the deep blue sea. This total run is about a little less than 800 miles. So I think at this point we've done about 250. So we're down to 500 and something left to go to the Canary Islands. The weather forecast is generally pretty good. We're going to have these kind of nice 10 to 15 conditions through tomorrow. Then it looks like on Friday we're going to get a pickup, as we're going to begin to feel this big weather system that's north of us, that's moving into the Bay of Biscay. And in fact, I'm occasionally seeing some very large swells from the west-northwest. And I see them right here. It's a big, long, rolling swell. That's probably from that weather system. That big ground swell there, you can see it. So here's a peak here, and then the next peak, that's probably between peaks, say, 200 meters or so. So pretty big, long period swells. So we might get a pickup Friday. The further south we get, the better. Assuming we can put down another couple hundred miles before Friday. We're probably looking at about 20 to 25 knots Friday night into Saturday, and then conditions moderating again back down into the 10 to 20 range. So it's generally looking pretty good, and so we keep chugging along here.